I think of Wooster Square growing up as a village, a self-contained village. Everything we wanted and needed was right there. And these old photos depict exactly what they were talking about, but this village is no more. Learn more about the emotional impact of redevelopment, or also known as Rootshock. My name is Gina Pettinito. I'm a visiting scholar at the University of Cincinnati, but these days I'm the founding member of Writing Your Way and Academic Women Reclaim Your Power. Rootshock is a term coined by social psychologist Mindi Fullilove, and she defines it as a traumatic stress reaction to the loss of some or all of one's emotional ecosystem. There's two levels of root shock, according to Fullilove, the individual and the community. At the individual level, root shock causes emotional trauma. Root shock can result in increased risk of stress-related diseases such as depression and heart attack. And root shock depletes social, emotional, and financial resources. Root shock severs all community connections, all interpersonal ties to neighbors and businesses, and the associated capital that is related to these connections. For example, people used to buy things on the bag. And basically it was a brown paper bag where you would buy things in installments and the merchant would write down what you've paid and what you owed on a bag. Now, how can you have such an informal agreement in a neighborhood where there isn't trust and loyalty and long-standing connections? So all of that is gone with root shock and with the redevelopment of your neighborhood. So this is from my interview data. This is what people said about Wooster Square, so you get a sense of what they lost. Everybody knew everybody. We had lots of friends and we didn't need anyone because we had our cousins. People checked which guy I was coming home with. Aunts and uncles were always looking to see what you were doing. Our backyard was a neighborhood gathering place. We used to have 30 kids a day playing basketball or baseball. We knew everyone for blocks, knew everyone for 5 blocks from home. If you did something wrong, your mother would find out about it at night. And here's attitudes towards the school. All the different local schools that were taken for the Conti Community School. We wore a shirt and tie to school. They didn't tolerate bad behavior. I went to Columbus School, which was just 3 blocks away, and the friendships we made during our school years were fueled by the proximity in which we lived. Religion, one of the glue that held the society together. The bottom quote, St. Patrick's was the glue that held it all together. That was the people that lived on Grand Avenue in that area, but St. Michael's was the glue who held Wooster Square all together if you lived towards the southern area. We prayed, learned, grew, and worked together. We celebrated, sorrowed, and mourned together, gaining courage and faith through our faith. We went to church every single Sunday without fail. I loved the May crowning. Everyone dresses in white and they crown the Blessed Mother. And we look forward to the feasts of St. Mary Magdalene and St. Andrew. Blocks would be blocked off and there was food and games. And then business and work. We didn't have to go out of the neighborhood for anything. 8 grocery stores, 3 meat markets, 2 fish markets, haberdashery, barber shops, 3 drugstores on Chapel. We could walk everywhere, dry goods stores, tailors, and on the corner was a factory where the women worked and made shirts. And itinerant merchants and peddlers bought their special goods or services right to the neighborhood. And here's the quote in which we started our presentation today. It was a village within a village. If your neighbor had a baby, take care of the baby, take care of the mother, think nothing of it. Take 2 or 3 of their children, cook for them. It was like one big happy family. Now, it is true that I'm talking about an Italian American neighborhood, and I've interviewed Italian American residents of Wooster Square prior to redevelopment, along with taking quotes from first person accounts that have been published. But this type of attitude was in every lower and working class community of that era. In fact, Patricia Hill Collins coined the term other mother to refer to women in an African American community that took care of children without thinking anything of it. So with redevelopment, nothing is right there. You're pushed away from your family, your school, your church community, your business, or your workplace. So next time, I'm going to be presenting to you some quotes that come from first-person accounts of people's reaction to redevelopment. Until then, I hope you have a great day.